Alright guys, welcome back to round 5 of BCS France. Unfortunately, we might have picked another washed-out matchup for you guys. So what we're going to be looking at right now is going to be Tam versus Guy, which is going to be a pretty nifty matchup, but unfortunately, might be a pretty one-sided one. So we've got another Bermuda Triangle versus Narukami. So it's going to be Riviere versus, I would assume, Vowing Sabre? But we're going to find out in just a moment. Again, Tam, one of the best players going around in Europe right now, and he clearly putting his name out there. Being, I believe he's X and 1? Either XO or X1. He's on Typified, so I'm assuming he's 1. So I would have to assume he's still an XO player, which 5 rounds into a BCS is nothing to scoff at. Yeah, we're going to be looking at Vowing Sabre versus Riviere list. One of the more, let's call it dominant matchups in the format right now. Because if Guy sees his pieces, Tam is not going to be having a very fun time here. But, you know, I hope everybody enjoys their time on stream, you know? You never know where you're going to suffer from. But yeah, I did catch a glimpse of a couple Revengers doing pretty well here. And I still remember that what I said yesterday, if the Revenger player wins, or if the winner is one of the grade 3 crests, I will end up buying 4 secret rare victors to ease my suffering. But yeah, we're already starting to see the Riviere rush coming out. And we're also going to see some of the old support cards. So for example, we're going to see Courage, which is choose a Bermuda Triangle Cadet Riviere on your rearguard circle, put it into your soul, search your deck for a Mermaid Idol Riviere or a Super Idol Riviere, reveal it, put it into your hand, shuffle your deck. If the card put into your hand is Mermaid Idol, so that's grade 1, you write it as stand, and then you're able to go to this grade 2 from there. So yeah, your grade 1 here, for example, is going to be your Mermaid Idol Riviere, which is going to Soul Blast 1. And so you can do this from hand, and when you look at 7 cards from the top of your deck, you choose up to a card with Riviere in its name, so you're going to choose the grade 3. And then with any luck, if you're God's favorite that day, you can then go ahead and show us the Selena, which will let you write the grade 2 immediately. So when Tam is going to be writing his grade 1, his opponent's already going to be on a grade 3. So Riviere going first here is devastating for Tam. You absolutely hate to see this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And 6 and 7? Are we hitting a hit here? Surely you wouldn't do this. Don't forget, friends don't let friends with Rivieres. And Golden Key is going to be following suit on that. Because he's going to be probably rewriting again. Honestly, you're just going to keep filtering your deck, because this deck is all about them drive checks, and it wants them fast. It's going to go effect. And that's the Selena right in hand. He's going to show it to his opponent. Tam is like, bro, no way. No shot. Come on, man. Unfortunately, this is one of the matchups in this game which we would call a hard counter. Because, yeah, at the moment he rides it, he's going to ride the grade 2 Super Idol Riviere, which basically says that you can ride it from hand. And on rearguard, you can stand it every time a Riviere is placed, but all you really care about is calling 2 Bermuda Rivieres from soul. But you don't do that here, because you're going to be adding turn, you're going to be doing it, writing it, drawing a card, calling your 2, and you're going to pass turn on a calm board. Yeah, Tam out here with a SpongeBob sleeve, knowing exactly what to do, showing him the Messiah, adding it to the hand, and he's just going to try and make it work, I guess. At least he checks his trigger. At least he knows how to do that. Ooh! So the draw trigger here is nice, but the most important thing that we see leave the board here, because we're going to see a lot of history stride as well, because, you know, why not? Why would we have a brick? Is it basically lets you give your Vanguard as Riviere, gives your whole board resist, which is absolute devastation going into a Narukami matchup. Narukami just cannot deal with that at all. No ifs, ands, or buts. he's considering the history stride, but it's going to be a Riviere. Do you really want to do it? Oh my god. Going straight for the history stride here. Just honestly, shield in hand is the most important thing here. You're going to go double force marker. There you go, reminding him that you do need to put 2 force markers somewhere, buddy. And then he's going to say CB1 and return a card to the hand and draw a card. That's a heal as well that's being drawn there. Yeah, that's the grade 2. Easy money. And then on top of that, what an incredible hand. Oh my goodness. You're going to see him bounce a card to hand. Going to be bouncing everything he can manage. Oh, I don't know if I agree with that necessarily, but no effect here. Oh, I see, unless time to start abusing those force markers. I think the placement might be a little precarious, but no, never count out too early. It's going to be a damage check there. That's a blank. Vanguard swinging. That's going to be a perfect guard. Again, you're already so far behind in terms of tempo. You really don't want to be taking this too early. 1 Riviere, 2 Riviere, 3 Riviere. Unfortunately, that is not a trigger. We're going to bounce 1 to hand and we're going to call 1 out. It's going to be another grade 2. And again, what we're going to be calling out here is going to be the Super Idol Riviere. The main important thing for us here is we want to double check the stride here. So you choose a rear guard master. Yeah, and then you just return the same card to the board, no matter what. It's going to be riding a Spark Race here, and there you go. And what is the Spark Race going to find? It's going to be a Vowing Sabre reverse. The thing here is, if Golden Gi can manage that Riviere ride, it might just be curtains here for Tam. Because I think he's currently in a rush to just make sure he finds that grade 1. And if he doesn't, Tam might be able to come back into this in a pretty serious way. Just trying the Tiro, there is actually like evil unhinged work. Because Tam just like can't put that much pressure on, he just can't. Can you believe that these strides aren't grade 3 restricted? That's crazy. I can't believe they didn't think of that at the time. Yeah, I'm gonna go for the counterblast 1. Yep, bounce a card to your hand and draw. Again, what is plussing? I hardly know her. Yep, that's going to be the grade 2 right there. Yep, that board is a breakfast of champions right there. Everything you could possibly want on a board. So yeah, just gonna swing rear, bot deck the entire family, and then just send them back. Don't worry about Riviere, she has a lot of sisters. go, and that's going to be one swing for 20. Yes, 20, 40, and what? What, 26, 36? Oh god, first check, critical trigger, of course it's going to be. Crit Van, Power Vanguard, second check, third check. Unfortunately, that's going to be 2 damage, it's going to be 1, that's going to be 2. The heal coming up there is huge, actually. Means that Tam now has the ability to potentially take a hit if he wants to. Because now that he's only taking 2 damage and being on 0 drive checks, he's not expecting anything extra. Although I'd imagine if you're Tam, you would definitely almost want to guard this. Because you're now in a position where you're going to slowly be able to stabilize. Because, again, Golden Key has not found that grade 1 yet. But the trouble is, it's a 2-off, and we've already seen one of them. So it's not an ideal position to be in. There's one there somewhere. See, I wonder if there's a Wobbly pass turn here. Because if you put them on 4, you give them the Vowing reverse turn, but like full power. Which, I don't know, I feel like I would personally find quite frightening, but, I mean, you know, Golden Geese certainly feeling confident. Oh. Oh no, it's right -2, so yeah, check the crit. Yeah, unfortunately that's just going to be, again, when you give them the 1 pass and they hit it, it just be that way sometimes. But, guys, what we're going to do is we're going to change. Apologies for the short one. We didn't realize it was going to be into Narukami. So it's one of the faster matchups in the format. But, guys, don't go in. We'll be back very, very soon with round 6. I have an idea of a deck, guys. If the guy's still playing, we might get the only Dragonic Overlord player in the room. So, guys, don't go anywhere. We'll see you guys very, very soon. I might come on just to hang out a little bit between rounds fairly soon. But until then, stay safe. Get yourself a drink, and we'll see you in just a few minutes. Take care, guys.